from $1 million bluffs with absolutely nothing,
What was that?
to heated showdowns that got personal,
I want you have to give him your chips.
That's an absolute rule.
You have to give him the chips.
I can't wait to
You get his chips.
these are the most brutal bluffs in poker history. These aren't just big bets. They're the kind of ruthless, high-stakes deception that breaks opponents mentally and proves why poker is as much about psychology as it is a card game. When most people bluff, they sit quiet, stone-faced, hoping you don't sense weakness. But what happens when someone shoves all their chips in the middle, then tells you to call?
You cannot say what's in the pot. Anything that influences the action, you
all
cannot
these,
say.
like, he's like, you're like breaking all these rules, and they're not giving you a penalty. They're not doing anything for
The
it.
decision's on you, young lady, and you don't need to go on about it.
I'm just.
World Series officials on scene to keep it within bounds.
I want you to call. I told you. Good luck to you. But I did say I'll keep it friendly because it's you and it's a friendly table. If you fold and show, I will show. I'll keep it friendly. But I want you to call 100%. Don't want to bust out with the whole camera crew watching there. This will be embarrassing. You don't put me on this hand, I tell you. I can't say what I've got, but you do not put me on this hand. I'm not talking about my hand.
How come his hand is still live when he?
I'm just saying you don't put me on this hand. That's all I said.
Action's on you.
Yeah, I know, but
Action's on you.
Isn't the rule talk to influence action? You can't talk to influence action.
he has. He's telling me he wants me
I
to
will be
call.
having a discussion with this gentleman after this hand is over. At this point, there's nothing that's out of line, but we will be having a talk.
That's fine. All I said was I'll keep it friendly. If she folds and show, I will show. I'll keep it friendly. That's it's a friendly table. We're just
We're gonna be
enjoying
friendly now.
ourselves.
Let's stop talking until
Okay.
this hand's over.
That's fine.
That's friendly.
I mean, why would you want to bust me?
I'm not trying to bust you.
Sir, I'm not going to ask you again.
Okay.
Just 2 hands ago, these two had a similar showdown. Kasuf check shoved on the turn with a straight flush, talked up a storm, and Madison correctly folded a pair of aces.
I said I'll show. I'll keep it friendly.
You're going to show me a worse hand. What does that mean?
I'm not, but
This is your last warning. You're going to get a penalty. If you
she
speak
she
again.
comes talk to me. I said nothing.
She's not talking to you
She-
personally.
she
She's
just talked
talking
to me.
out loud, okay? You will receive a penalty if another word comes out of your mouth until this hand is finished.
Will's talk is fine until they tell him it's not. Now LaFleur says he cannot talk.
Tournament director Jack Effel right on Kasuf's shoulder.
Well, now he's talking without speaking. He's pushing it.
I need a lot of time here to make a decision.
Will has put Stacy all in. Stacy has the best hand.
Floor. How about a clock? We all have to
Stablemate Mitch Garshowski has called the clock on Stacy.
If you have an active, you will get a 10-second countdown. At the count of 0, your hand will be dead. You know, it's a big decision.
All right, slow down.
Usually I'm in favor of calling the clock, but she has been under siege most of the time from Will Kasuf. I would have given her a little more room.
I'm going to ask you real quick. The next
didn't
time
say
what? If you make one more gesture like that,
Okay. I'm just trying to be friendly with the lady. That.
this is not friendly. Okay? I
was
don't want
told
to.
I
I
can't
don't want to see.
say
You,
another
I don't want
word.
to see you move. You and I are going to have a conversation when this
I'll
hand is
apologize.
over.
Okay.
Okay?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
She
You want to
folds.
see it?
Yeah. Well,
Sick bluff. Turn the double gutter and missed. Never mind. 9 high like a boss. No heart. Big heart of a lion.
9 high like a boss.
Will Kasuf is known for always causing a scene, but this next hand changed poker forever. A bluff that sparked the greatest poker boom in history. It's the moment that showed millions of people they could conquer the world's biggest stage.
6. Farah has made a pair of 9s. Chris Moneymaker has nothing and checks. Checks for Farha as well. The turn is an 8.
And now they both have a spade draw.
300,000 from Sam Farha.
Who has the pair of 9s, and Moneymaker also has a straight draw and will raise.
There's a 300. No, I raise.
Very adamant about his raise.
Indeed. Still stacking chips. It's a big raise.
5 more.
500,000 is the raise.
It's quite a play. It's sort of a semi-bluff. He still could get there on a straight draw or flush draw, but he has nothing right now, and Sam comes right on in.
We're going to see the river card.
You said it's going to be over soon.
It may well be. And is a 3 of hearts.
Moneymaker doesn't get to either draw and the pair of nines is best.
I'm all in.
Chris Moneymaker going all in with nothing.
A stunning play from Moneymaker, who missed his draws, has nothing, and now has put Sam Farhall all in. He would have to put all his chips in. If he lost this pot, he would be out of the tournament. Moneymaker bluffed at this once, and Farhall came. He's now bluffing at it again.
You must have missed your flush, huh?
Sam's absolutely right.
This would be a tough, tough call for Sammy.
Is Chris bluffing this time?
No.
He ain't bluffed all night.
No.
It's quite a predicament for Sammy. He has a pair of nines. It's the best hand, but he can't know that. And if he calls this bet and loses, we're playing for the World Championship. If he's wrong, he's out of it. He's the runner-up. So it's really tough just to sit here and call with a pair of nines, particularly when Moneymaker has made 2 big bets in a row.
I'll make a crazy call on you. Could be the best hand.
Sam Farhall trying to draw something out of Chris Moneymaker, but he's like a statue, afraid to make any sort of move.
Sam, you want to save yourself or you won't call?
Don't do it.
Don't do it, Sam.
Don't do it.
He is not going to do it. Chris Moneymaker bluffs Sam Farhall out of a big stack of money.
And considering this situation, I know we're early in the century, but that's the bluff of the century.
This next hand will show you what happens when a bluff goes beyond the cards and straight into someone's head.
Prahlad makes the call.
How much you playing?
2-5.
2-5.
It'll be the would-be TV producer versus the would-be rapper.
Pretty much a coin flip. Here we go to the flop. 4 deuce deuce keeps Prahlad Friedman in the lead with his pocket sevens.
300.
Gold will bet out 300,000 chips.
Jamie's coach, this main event has been Johnny Chan, and Chan must be telling him to keep pressuring the small stack. If Prahlad calls here, this is what he would want, heads up against Jamie Gold.
And Prahlad does put out the call. And these two will go to the turn. Turn card is an ace. Could be a scare card for both players. Gold to act first. He checks.
Jamie backs off.
Prahlad will check as well. So to the river we go. It's a 3 of clubs. Prahlad Friedman with the check mark. Also puts a straight draw on the board.
750.
750,000 chips from Jamie Gold with nothing.
Gold puts his river bluff cap on.
You got anything?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he's got king high.
You gonna show me?
Sure.
He likes to show.
Have you shown any bluffs in the tournament when someone asked you that?
No.
Never?
He's lying, Prahlad. He works in Hollywood.
You hit the ace on the turn, didn't you? Ace queen or something?
I'll show you.
I heard a story about you making a nice bluff. You bet about 750, I think.
You caught me.
Huh?
Please call. You caught me.
Jamie does look uncomfortable.
You showed a king high that time.
You got a good read on me.
Really?
He does.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Prahlad has amazingly nailed exactly what Jamie Gold is up to.
But all of Jamie's talk is messing with Prahlad's mind.
Man, I can't believe you got me.
I can't believe she raised this stone-cold liar.
Need some time. Need some time.
Prahlad has the right instincts, but he's reluctant to follow through on it. It's for about 1/3 of his remaining chips.
I don't even want to watch.
Now Jamie walks away. He says he doesn't want to watch. He's got Prahlad Friedman totally befuddled.
Look, he's trying to hide. Isn't that another tell?
And Prahlad folds.
Show it.
And Jamie will show.
Nothing!
What a bluff.
And for a lot, Friedman can't believe he couldn't pull the trigger. He had a perfect read on Jamie.
What happened next is so powerful it borders on the impossible, something you'd simply have to see to believe.
That has to be going through Vampin's mind. I see it as well, Ali. Cooper on a bender. Look at this, by the way.
Upstairs we go as Vampin leans.
Of course, Rigby nowhere to go but fold. Toby, we would think, just goes for the call.
I quite like this from Vampin, by the way, because it's Rigby who he knows is going to be up to no good with some frequency, and then Lewis caught in the middle.
It's quite interesting, too. Vampin checked flop back in position. Now he's saying that he has 3 10s or queen 10. Of course, he could be claiming to have checked 5s or 6s on the flop, but it's not that likely. And for Toby to interfere with his main value hand in this line, it's interesting. Calls.
This one's going to be interesting if both holdings are unimproved on the river.
It's really swollen. Just south of 2.3.
Oh, and a board pairing 5 of hearts on the river. Let's see whether or not Lewis is going to be concerned about the prospects of a boat. He's going to proceed with some caution in the form of a check, although check raise is obviously available to him, provided that Vampin indulges. 8 high, no showdown whatsoever.
Wow, he does shove, Ali.
Wow.
How much is that? I have a flush, you know that, right? King Jack of Hearts or something. It's the only fucking hand I beat. Do you even call King Jack off? I don't know. King Jack suited. Why would you raise turn? You're not going to.
Now it's starting to feel like he's going to get away, Ali, as you were saying.
Well, the blender setting is liquefy.
It's weird when it makes so little sense. It sort of feels like they have it in a weird way.
It would just be an outrageous bluff. All right.
Oh,
it does
my.
get through for Vampin.
And he shows it.
7-8, baby. Let's fucking go. Try to torch it, but
Did try to torch it.
I'm a fucking monster.
But what happens when one of the worst starting hands in poker goes head-to-head with one of the best? Logic says it's over before it starts, but this next bluff will show you why hand rankings mean nothing when pure confidence takes over.
300 days for dinner break.
He cannot help himself.
Awesome.
Rigby refers to the 3 deuce off as the dirty diaper.
You have 10-4 again?
What do we make this now? About 2 million?
Went to 920. Oh, he's got more than that.
Nah, 4 bets can be smaller. They're very polarized.
There's 2 million. 50, 70, 80.
It's 2 and change, looks like.
Now, besides the fact that we know Rigby should insta-muck, he has not been at this table long enough to know that Jensen has played virtually no hands all day.
95.
Yep. He's been at this table long enough to know he has 3 high, though, right?
Yeah, that he does.
Dirty diaper. Being tested.
I'll take any.
This is
oh
insane.
no!
This is
Oh no! He's gonna do it. What's his equity here? What is the?
We're gonna see.
85. That's still, look at that, people.
Yeah.
Here we go. Kings against Trey
Deuce.
Deuce.
Trey will be there.
Oh! That looked like a wheel at first.
I thought it did too.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
Check.
Opportunity
Oh my
all
God.
in. Can it do it again?
What do you do?
All in.
What do you do if you're Jensen here? This is absolutely disgusting. You can't put Rigby on
But
3
yeah, that's the
deuce.
thing. It's Rigby. All in. He wasted little time before saying all in.
Jensen committing 40% of his stack pre-flop with kings.
Oh my goodness. Rigby is turning the World Series of Poker on its ear.
In Jensen's mind, when Rigby flats, he does have a lot of aces. This is a really disgusting board for him. Oh my god.
No, he's taking his card protector off. Not even.
10-4 is good on that board.
First time he's looked at Rigby.
Pretty good. Jensen, if he folds, still has 25 big blinds in the main with about 60 players left. He definitely feels like he's beat right now. Oh, God.
Oh, he got through!
The pain.
And he showed!
Of course he showed. Oh.
That was absolutely savage. Some bluffs destroy your mental, others you might have still felt like you made a good laydown. But what would you do if you looked down at a monster and faced maximum aggression? This next decision might be the toughest one yet.
I love Scott, but he dresses every day like he's on summer vacation between 7th and 8th grade.
He's got $11 million in live earnings, a raise to $1.2 million from Scott Siever.
Rick Solomon dresses like he doesn't give a damn.
German pro Christoph Vogelsang folds his button. Coleman in the small blind, Jack 9 of diamonds.
Starting at 9.6.
Coleman looks more stylish in black than in white.
He folds his small blind to Tobias Rankemeyer with aces.
German-born, lives in London. His favorite city is Melbourne. And just before one drop, he visited San Diego and loved it. What's not to love?
Rankemeyer with the aces just calls. I guess he doesn't want to scare Siever off.
Well, Siever has a relatively short stack, so Tobias is going to slow play these aces.
All right, here's the flop. Heads up. 4 queen deuce. Rankemeyer's aces are not threatened.
These two have played a lot of super high rollers together.
Rankemeyer checks his aces. Siever's king 10 must be playing in a different game because there's nothing there in this flop.
Siever hopes a continuation bet ends matters. It will not.
You think this is a leak in a lot of pros, don't you? That continuation bet is a continuation loss. $1.5 million from Siever with the C bet, as they say.
And this is setting up perfectly for Rankemeyer. He's got Siever right where he wants him, Lon.
Well, Rankemeyer slow played the aces pre-flop. What does he want to do here? Well, just a call.
Uh-oh, Siever's gone into DEFCON mode.
He does have that other side of him. Turn card now. Jack of clubs. Rankemeyer still best. Siever now open-ended. And Tobias has to worry now about a third club on board.
Will Rankemeyer continue to let Siever stab at it?
Tobias checks again.
If I saw Scott sitting on a park bench like this, I'd figure his wife had left him or his dog had been run over by a car or he just ate some really bad bulgogi. We saw him continuation bet on the flop. Then when you keep betting on the turn, I call that C-bet squared. It can win you a lot of pots or it can get you in a lot of trouble. I never C-bet square.
I'm all in.
Wow, there's a playa.
How much is it?
All in for over $6.8 million.
Boy, Siever dangling on a cliff. Rankemeyer has slow played his aces exquisitely. He's played like he's not strong. Now he's a bit unsure and in a dicey spot.
Scott Siever applying maximum pressure, well, the maximum pressure he has, to Rankemeyer, who has the bigger stack.
Scott, I was trapping. Trapping.
This is for 2/3 of his remaining chips. If Tobias calls here and loses his hand, he'd be down to 5 big blinds.
Am I allowed to tell my hand by that? The best.
Everyone knows your hand anyways.
You really? What is my hand?
It was either king, queen, or ace, queen. It's the only thing you would ever call.
You're wrong, man.
Oh, wow.
I'm better than them.
Ooh, that's a nice hand.
The best starting hands possible. In poker?
Nice. With the club?
With the club, I would have paid the bet already.
I understand. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do.
I know.
It's brutal, though,
I
right?
know, it is brutal.
And on one drop, too. Yeah.
I know, it's like not...
But you can't sweat it, you know? These things just happen.
I could still throw my hand away. No.
I would look at you a little, like...
I know you
would. I would think less of you.
I know you would, I know.
To his credit, Scott seems very comfortable. He just looks and sounds so casual and confident. I might think he's holding a monster.
I know, Scott, but honestly, I'd rather disappoint you and get away if you're ahead, and you know.
If.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. I think I should shut up now.
I mean, you don't have the ace-queen.
He's right.
It's unlikely. I don't think you would jam the king-queen there.
He's right again.
So... you could have king 10 or 10-9, of course, for the club, but even against those hands... I wouldn't normally fold this, you know that, Scott. But you don't put me on aces either.
Scott doesn't look as comfortable now.
Sorry, I just got this really tough spot. And it's quite a big final table too.
Tobias Rankemeyer in the middle of a very difficult decision, trying to figure out if his pocket aces are good against Scott Seaver and his all-in. We, of course, know Scott does not have a made hand.
Clock.
There you see Daniel Negreanu calls the clock, as is his right.
Tobias has taken nearly 10 minutes with this decision.
The clock started at 9:50.
So now Tobias has 1 minute.
You announce it, right?
Or his hand is dead.
My doctor doesn't examine me this thoroughly.
For all of Seaver's chips and almost all of Rankemeyer's chips.
Well, Tobias with the best hand, but if he's up against a flush, he's drawn dead. If he's up against a set, he's got 2 outs. If he's up against 2 pair, he's way behind.
Rankemeyer running out of time. And he folds.
There's no chance that's aces. That would
Impossible.
Be no chance.
Show.
How can you do that?
Rankemeyer is stunned.
Nice hand.
This next hand, I honestly can't blame the victim. If you knew how many times this guy's been destroyed by quads, you'd understand why he's probably scarred for life.
Daniel will.
Daniel trying to chase that spade.
The turn, the 10 of diamonds. Roble picks up a straight draw.
Daniel misses.
Action on Negreanu.
Looks like we're going to see a semi-bluff.
Bets 8,500.
This is a donk bet bluff. He knows Roble is tight, and Andrew knows Daniel is loose, so top pair, decent kicker, and a gut shot might all just be too much to get away from for Andrew.
Roble calls.
We all know Roble's tight rep. Daniel can't like that call unless he sees a spade.
Which he doesn't. 10 of hearts on the river.
Daniel's got air, but if he wants to win this pot, he's going to have to use that air to blow Andrew off his hand.
Action on Negreanu. That's 18-5.
3-10s is a tough bluff to pull off, so Daniel is most likely trying to rep a big ace or maybe a straight. His bet is designed to bluff Roble off a king, maybe. I don't think Daniel thinks he could get Roble to fold a big ace, though.
I'm going to walk out. If these guys are going to come here, waste my time, I'm going to walk out of the game. It's a joke. F***ing hell, he's thinking 20 minutes every f***ing hand he's playing. F***ing nit. You play online, it's like quick. 2 seconds, bang, bang, they're pressing buttons. They come here, they freeze up.
Daniel's done a good job of making this look like a value bet, so Andrew has a legit decision to make. He seems to be doing a good job of tuning Tony out.
He folds.
What?
After all that, he finally threw it away. I mean, I had a 6.
This one is a bit different, because sometimes it doesn't matter how sharp your read is, there's always a fish you simply cannot bluff.
That was the greatest love story movie ever. You've seen it, right?
Howard's in with his
Oh,
ace.
that's the one where the guy has...
It's better than Pretty Woman. And Pretty Woman was a damn good movie.
That's the one where the
I'll bet
guy's
you
old,
think
right?
it's a better love story than Pretty Woman.
Who's in it?
I don't know
Kenny
their
Tran.
names. Not Kenny
No,
Tran.
Kenny
no.
Tran wasn't it? Isn't that the one where the guy's old and like tells the story as if
Yeah.
he's young? Okay, yeah.
Poker players think
Yeah, I did see that.
any movie with a hooker in it's a
Great
love
movie.
story.
How do you write blow? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, that's pretty strong.
Patrick had put the $1,600 straddle on it, and he called 4,400 more with 10-4 spades. So it's 3 players here.
3 deuce 4 on the flop.
My churchgoers wouldn't appreciate that.
Sorry. The Christians?
Phil Locke was the original raiser.
And Locke bets 16,000.
And Howard's got a decision here.
Yeah, whether to rent blow or notebook.
He actually has the best hand.
Mutual friendly.
He's still in there, right?
Yeah, he'll be out soon.
Is he really going to be out soon?
Yep.
How much of it is
Yeah.
How much of it is on like?
And there's another hand Howard's not going to enjoy watching on TV.
Some of it, you kind of like change a little bit, but
Patrick's
when
got
he's
4s.
It was like became his reality. Actually, yeah, so it was kind of cool.
And if he believes that Phil Locke has the
I assume
overpair,
there's some you need to improvise.
he would be in great shape if a 4 or a 10 came off.
But basically,
They both have a lot of money, so he's going to call.
And king of spades on the turn.
my buddy directed.
That gives Patrick a flush draw, along with his pair of 4s.
Director Blow is there?
He checks. Now let's see if Phil Locke keeps up his story. Once upon a time, I had 3 kings or aces. These 2 guys have played very hard at each other this season on high stakes poker.
Phil bets 37,300.
As I said, Patrick's hand has improved. He has the flush draw. Phil Locke has a lot of money. Very unlikely Phil Locke has a spade flush draw also. So Patrick thinks if he catches a spade, he could win a lot of money, so he's probably going to call.
Taught what to do in case someone gets swung by him or whatever. How to resuscitate people and which. So if they need to be.
Patrick does call.
The next of kin.
Part of it,
Queen on the river.
Patrick still has the best hand with a pair of 4s. Phil Locke has fired 3 times. He's raised before the flop, on the flop, and on the turn. Patrick checks. Will Phil Locke fire that final bullet? I think he knows he doesn't have the best hand right now.
80,000 from Locke.
Phil Locke bet real fast.
Yeah.
Usually that's an indication that you're bluffing unless you're doing the old double whammy. And Patrick knows that this season on high stakes poker, Phil Locke has made very few value bets. It's possible Phil Locke has 3 kings. But other than that, he's thinking, would Phil Locke bet aces here? Would he bet 80,000 on the ace king of hearts? I think that's what's going through Patrick's mind. Wow, he calls $80,000 with a pair of 4s.
Nice call.
Although it's nearly impossible to bluff a fish, what do you think happens when someone tries to bluff a Hall of Fame poker player?
Respect.
Dur is the last one. We're gonna find out about the respect card right now. This is the
Here it
moment.
comes, 40,000.
From Dur, you don't know what to expect at any time in your life. It's total wild card madness game with Dur.
There is about 18,000 out there already. Both Phil and Antonio are goading Juan into raising here, hoping that he doesn't. But he does.
And enter the wild card madness card. That's 25. I don't even have one of those. He goes right to the exploiting. He knows that I have to give up 5 chips to call. 5 instead of just 1.
A cool 25,000 raised with 8-9 of spades.
Should be 100 more.
He's the best. He's just torturing me. So when I try and get in with 1 chip, he puts in 2. Third might be the best.
So it's a 1 blue chip?
Yeah.
Ellie's big winner. He might take a shot.
1 blue chip. A lot of people at home call it a 1 blue chip.
They call it.
Just 1 blue chip.
Worst lay down I ever make in my life.
If I just call there instead of raising, we like to have 4 colors.
See if Mr. Ivy puts in that blue chip. Nope, it's 5 white chips.
It looks quite baller with Ivy's stacks of money and chips. It's most baller.
Juan misses. Phil Ivy's got a huge draw, nut flush draw, and an inside straight draw. A little $45,800 continuation bet. Ivy is analyzing the hand. It's very possible that Tom Dwan has a set. He raised $25,000 before the flop. He knows he's not going to get Tom Dwan to lay down a hand like ace-king or aces.
How much is Roger's hand right there? About 750.
But he does have a big draw, and he is playing against Tom Dwan. He might decide to gamble and raise. He just calls. Three of spades on the turn, about as blank as you can get. The man with 9 high bets 123-2. Phil Ivy has a big decision now. He feels he's behind and is trying to figure out if he can get paid off if he makes his hand. If a diamond comes, can he get any money out of Dwan? If a jack comes, is he just going to split the pot? He decides to call. I think he's calling for 2 reasons. 1, he feels he can get paid off if he hits his hand. And 2, there's a small chance that Dwan is completely airballing. Ivy makes a pair of 6s on the river. Misses the flush, misses the straight. There's $408,700 out there. It's not like Tom Dwan to give up. This is the first time all season that the table's been completely quiet. Even Phil Lock and Antonio are quiet. He is loading the gun. He fires. 268,200.
How much is that and how much do you have left? I have about 280 left.
Dwan's voice was a little shaky there. He did not want to hear any inquiries from Phil Ivy.
Wow. Wait till you see how long, wait till I see what I have that I'm taking this long. I'm not gonna,
I think I know what it
believe
is.
this one. No, you don't.
Yeah, I think I do.
This is gonna be the sickest call of all time.
The truth is, he is really nervous. Tom Dwan is starting to gulp now. The excitement is overwhelming to Ellie.
Sorry.
He only does for a minute.
Ellie
It's like he's
Sorry,
sleeping.
this is not, I don't usually
Take
take
all
this
the
long.
No, I don't. No one cares, Ivy. You can take till the.
It's 500,000 in the pot. You want us to tell you anything? 500 in the middle. Four something.
Go back to sleep, kid.
Let's go back to bed.
Can't be nothing. Except for that.
Can't be nothing except what Tom Dwan has.
Okay.
Oh, that one hurt.
God,
I think he's
eyes
bluffing.
hurt so.
I really
Give
think he's
him
bluffing.
5,000 if you can't show your ace high or better.
Now, we're stepping into insane territory, what poker fans call the bluff of the century. Two absolute stone-cold players locked in a brutal re-raise war, neither giving an inch, battling it out for a massive pot that had everyone on the edge of their seats.
10-6-3. All clubs. No club in either player's hand. Eight of clubs on the turn. Deuce of clubs on the river. Flush for both. Galeano will lead for 900,000.
How much?
So we've got a little theft from Galeana, and now Johan simply cannot call. If he wants to win, he's going to put in a raise and does just that.
And that's what he does. A small raise at that. And that game will continue right here, right now.
Oh my goodness, he does raise. Nobody has anything.
Galeana makes it 6.3 million.
I mean, is Johan really going to see through this? The 3-bet on the river.
This would be some
I
kind
can't
of
fathom him
outrageous.
pulling the trigger and clicking it back. This would be one of the sickest plays we'd have ever seen. Oh my gosh. I mean, I know he takes his time. This one is necessary though, because I believe he is genuinely considering something heroic. Oh,
reaching,
oh my
announces
gosh.
raise.
Are you kidding me? How does he find it?
Makes it 10 million.
This is unbelievable. Nobody believes. No, are you?
Galeana jams!
What?
The final level of that game has been reached.
What did you do?
What is happening?
No way! No way!
Siete alto.
That's one of the best bluffs in World Series of Poker history.